At 8:17 on a Tuesday night, John got a message from a woman he had never met. It was nothing dramatic. No emergency, no crying, no money request. Just a simple message. "Hey, are you still coming to dinner tomorrow?" John stared at it for a second. Wrong number. He typed back, "Sorry, I think you have the wrong person." And if John had stopped there, nothing would have happened. But the person on the other side replied, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, that's embarrassing." Then a second message. "You seem kind though. Most people would just ignore me." Her name was Maya. 47 days later, John would be sitting in his car outside his bank, unable to go inside, because he had just sent almost everything he had to a woman who did not exist. And the scariest part? She never asked for money at the beginning. That's not how the scam works. This is the story of John. John is fictional. But every step in this story is based on how real romance scams work. And by the end, you'll know the exact red flags John missed, and the one rule that could have saved him. John was 42. He worked in logistics. He had a small apartment, a decent job, and a routine that looked fine from the outside. Wake up, work, microwave dinner, scroll on his phone, sleep. Nothing was technically wrong, but lately his life had become quiet. His divorce was 2 years behind him, but the silence was still there. His friends had kids. His weekends were empty. His phone mostly showed delivery alerts and bank notifications. So when a stranger named Maya accidentally messaged him, it didn't feel dangerous. It felt human. That is red flag number one. Not the message itself, the timing. Scammers don't need you to be foolish. They need you to be available, emotionally available, lonely, bored, flattered, curious, going through something. John didn't think, "I'm being targeted." He thought, "This is kind of nice." Section 1. The bait. Over the next few days, Maya kept messaging. Not constantly, just enough. A photo of coffee, or a joke about work, a question about John's day. She said she was 38, worked in interior design, and had recently moved for business. Her profile picture showed a warm smile, nice clothes, and a life that looked just slightly better than normal. Not celebrity-level fake. That would be too obvious, just polished enough to feel real. Then came the first important move. Maya asked to move the conversation somewhere more private. Not in a creepy way. She said, "I barely use this app. Do you have WhatsApp? Or Telegram? Or Signal? Or a different messaging app?" That move matters. Because once the conversation leaves the platform where it started, there are fewer safety warnings, fewer reporting tools, and less chance the account gets flagged before the scammer finishes the job. John didn't see that. To him, moving apps felt like progress. It felt like trust. And that's the trick. A scammer's first goal is not your money, it's isolation. They want the relationship to become private before it becomes expensive. Section 2. The mirror. By week 2, Maya knew a lot about John. She knew he liked old cars. She knew he hated his manager. She knew his daughter was away at university. She knew he felt guilty about the divorce. And somehow, Maya always knew the right thing to say. When John complained about work, she said he deserved more respect. When he mentioned his daughter, she said he sounded like a good father. When he joked about being boring, she said boring men were usually the loyal ones. John wasn't just being flirted with, he was being studied. This is red flag number 2. The connection gets intense before it has earned the right to be intense. Maya didn't know John's friends. She had never met his family. She had never sat across from him in a cafe. But she was already saying things like, "I feel safe with you. I don't usually open up like this. I think people meet for a reason." To John, it felt romantic. From the outside, it was a script. Romance scams often use affection like a shortcut. Not because the scammer loves the victim, because affection lowers security. People who are suspicious ask questions. People who feel chosen explain away the answers. Section 3. The reason they can't meet. By week 3, John asked the obvious question. "Can we video call?" Maya said yes, then canceled. Bad Wi-Fi, a client meeting, a migraine. The next time she answered for 3 seconds, the screen froze and the call dropped. Then she sent a voice note apologizing. John felt disappointed, but also weirdly protective. She seemed embarrassed. So he stopped pushing. This is red flag number 3. There is always a reason they cannot meet properly. They are overseas, they are traveling, they are in the military, they are on an oil rig, they are working abroad. Their camera is broken, their schedule is impossible, the excuse changes. The result is always the same. You are emotionally close to someone you have never verified. And at this point, John's brain started doing the scammer's work for them. When something felt off, he explained it away. She's busy. She's private. She's been hurt before. Maybe I'm being paranoid. This is how the trap gets stronger. Not with one big lie, with dozens of tiny excuses. Section 4, the first test. Then came the first money moment. It was small. Maya didn't ask for thousands. She said she was trying to send a gift to her niece, but her card wasn't working because she was traveling. Could John help with a small gift card? Just 50 pounds. She was embarrassed to ask. She promised to pay him back. John hesitated. This was the first time the alarm bell rang loudly. But the amount was small, and by now Maya didn't feel like a stranger. She felt like part of his day, so John sent it. That first payment is not always about the money. It is a test. Will John cross the line? Will he keep it secret? Will he feel uncomfortable, then do it anyway? Because once John sends the first 50 pounds, the scammer learns something important. John can be moved. And John learns something too, even if he doesn't realize it. He learns that sending money did not immediately ruin everything. Maya thanked him. She was sweet. The relationship continued. So the next request feels slightly less impossible. That is how the boundary moves. Section 5, the bigger trap. A few days later, Maya didn't ask for money. She changed the subject. She mentioned investing. Casually, she said her uncle had taught her about crypto trading. She said she didn't usually talk about it. She sent screenshots showing small profits. John said he didn't know anything about crypto. Maya said, "That's okay, I can show you. Start small." This is where many modern romance scams change shape. They stop looking like a person asking for help. They start looking like an opportunity. That matters because John no longer feels like he is giving money away. He feels like he is building a future. Maybe with Maya, maybe for himself, maybe to prove he is not stuck. So he opens an account on the platform Maya recommends. It looks professional. There are charts, numbers, a customer support button, a balance that updates in real time. John deposits 250 pounds. The next day, the account says 284 pounds. Maya celebrates with him. "See, I told you, you're doing so well." That profit is part of the theater. The scammer may let the victim see fake gains. Sometimes they may even let a small withdrawal work early on. Why? Because trust becomes much stronger when John thinks, "I tested it and it worked." But the platform is not a real investment platform. The numbers are decorations. John is not investing. He is depositing money into a machine designed to keep him depositing more. Section 6, the squeeze. By week 6, John is in deep. He has sent money 3 times, 250 pounds, 1,000 pounds, 3,500 pounds. Maya's no longer just romantic, she is urgent. There's a limited window. The market is moving. I don't want you to miss this. I'm only telling you because I care about you. John's fake balance now shows 9,800 pounds, almost 10 grand, more than he has saved in years. He decides to withdraw some. That's when the trap closes. The platform says he must pay a tax fee first, then an account verification fee, then a release fee. Each payment is explained as the last obstacle between John and his money. Maya tells him not to panic. Customer support tells him the same thing. And because John can see the fake balance sitting there, just out of reach, he keeps trying to rescue it. This is one of the cruelest parts. The scam no longer runs on love, it runs on desperation. John is not thinking, "How do I make money?" He is thinking, "How do I get back what I already lost?" Then Maya disappears, not all at once. First slower replies, then one-word answers, then silence. The platform login stops working. Customer support vanishes. The profile photo is gone. John scrolls back through the messages and feels something worse than panic. Shame. Section 7. The consequences. The money is only one part of the damage. John stops answering calls from friends because he doesn't know how to explain it. He lies to his daughter and says he is sorting some things out. He replays every message, trying to find the moment he should have known. Was it the wrong number text? The first compliment? The canceled video call? The gift card? The investment app? The answer is yes, but also no, because scams like this are not designed around one moment. They are designed as a staircase. Each step is small enough to explain, but together they take you somewhere you never meant to go. And this is why victims often do not report. They feel embarrassed. They feel responsible. They feel like everyone will say, "How could you fall for that?" But that reaction helps scammers. Shame keeps victims quiet, and silence gives the scammer more time to find the next John. Section 8. How to spot it. So how do you stop the scam before it becomes your life? Here are the red flags John missed. 1. They move the conversation off the original platform quickly. 2. The relationship becomes intense before you have met in person. 3. There is always a reason they cannot video call properly or meet. 4. They ask for money, gift cards, crypto, payment apps, or help moving funds. 5. They introduce an investment opportunity, especially one involving crypto, a private platform, or guaranteed returns. 6. They make you feel rushed, guilty, secretive, or responsible for fixing the problem. And 7. When you question them, they do not answer clearly. They make you feel bad for asking. The safest rule is painfully simple. Never send money to someone you have not met in person, not because everyone online is evil, because real love does not require you to prove it with a wire transfer. Real love does not need gift card codes. Real love does not send you to a mystery crypto platform. Real love can wait for a video call. Section 9. What to do if it's happening. If you think this is happening to you, do not argue with the scammer. Do not warn them. Do not try to catch them yourself. Stop contact. Take screenshots. Tell someone you trust, even if it feels humiliating. Contact your bank or payment provider immediately. Report the account on the platform where it started, and report the scam to the proper fraud authorities in your country. The sooner you act, the better your chances of limiting the damage. And if this happened to you, here is the part people do not say enough. You're not stupid, you were targeted. Someone studied your emotions, your routine, your hopes, and your pain, and used them like tools. That does not make you weak. It means the scam was designed to feel real. John's biggest mistake was not falling in love. It was letting someone he had never met become more trusted than the people who actually knew him. That is the final trick of the romance scam. It makes the stranger feel safe, and everyone warning you feel like the enemy. So if a new online romance feels perfect, urgent, private, and impossible to verify, pause. Ask one question. If my best friend showed me this exact conversation, what would I tell them? Because sometimes the easiest scam to spot is the one happening to someone else. This was the scam script. Every scam has a script. Let's break it.